and welcome to beginning the day with God for this season of Creation Tide on Wednesday the 10th of September. For our series of morning reflections, we look at The Healer's Tree by Annie Heppenstall. These reflections highlight to us how a living faith in a loving Creator God cannot be divorced from concerns for the earth and all with whom we share this planet.
The title, The Healer's Tree, describes the cross of Christ and is a term found in an ancient poem, The Dream of the Rood. The poem describes how a tree became the cross, supporting Jesus in his heroic self-giving. Being so strongly identified with his passion, after his resurrection, the tree cross also shares his joy and becomes like a living bridge or gateway for people to come to Christ's healing love.
The term also suggests a connection between Christ's healing work and the trees, those vital sentinels of life and origin of the air we breathe, reminding us how deeply interconnected is all life on earth. The healer's tree is a gift of grace, a tree above all others, which makes possible the journey of estranged humanity back to the garden of God's peace.
The theme of our worship today is Sun, Moon and Stars, Finding a Way in the Dark. And we opened with a piece of music called Christ Be Our Light by Bernadette Farrell.
O God, you summon the day to dawn, you teach the morning to waken the earth.
Great is your name, great is your love.
For you the valleys shall sing for joy, the trees of the field shall clap their hands.
Great is your name, great is your love.
For you the monarchs of the earth shall bow, the poor and the persecuted shall shout for joy.
Great is your name, great is your love.
Your love and mercy shall last forever, fresh as the morning, sure as the sunrise.
Great is your name, great is your love. Amen.
Amen. Our reading this morning is quite short. It's Psalm 130, verse 6. And these are the words. My soul waits for the Lord more than those who watch for the morning, more than those who watch for the morning. Thanks be to God. Now, today's reflection.
As darkness draws in, it can be unnerving still to be far from home. It is sometimes better to wait patiently for dawn than to stumble around in the night. Genesis describes the sun, moon and stars as gifts from God to provide light and to act as signs, markers and symbols. The night sky goes unnoticed more easily in the city, but since before time began, the moon has sailed her glittering sea of stars, and people have used her unfailing rhythm, swelling into bright fullness and shrinking back into the darkness, to measure the passing seasons and years. Similarly, people since before Abraham's time have gazed at the stars and seen patterns which become familiar friends, direction pointers and messengers. Even the events of Jesus' birth was discovered by star readers who committed themselves to months of arduous travel, so confident were they in their sighting of a strange star. But navigating by the stars and knowing how to survive in harmony with the changing seasons both have to be learned. It is a skill many of us have lost as we have grown increasingly out of touch with our own environment. Those of us who lack the knowledge will not get very far by any amount of stargazing, just as we cannot understand a message in a language we do not know. Even so, alone in the darkness, we have a roofless cathedral of icons to contemplate. In our darkest hours, when all seems hopeless, and our real ignorance of how to survive weighs upon us, still the moon of wisdom subtly works in us the enchantment of waiting, watching, and trusting in the vast and unshakable patterns of creation which assure us that the light will return. All our efforts come to nothing without the radiant blessing of God's light and love, for we have no light of our own. Tired or frustrated as we may be by waiting, even sometimes denying the light completely, it is a misadventure to set ourselves up as the suns in our world. We might burn bright by our own brilliance for a little while, but in the end, the energy fizzles out like a spent sparkler, and we plunge into disillusionment. So as we pick our paths through life, we need patience and courage, because sometimes we simply have to stop and wait. Let the darkness of uncertainty have its time, and trust that we are still in God's love. It can take as much courage to decide to stop and wait for clarity in this fast-paced, achievement-orientated world as to forge blindly ahead. Amen.
We now join together in the Lord's Prayer, saying, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Source of life and joyous light, may we abandon ourselves to the grace of your wheeling dance, rise to greet you in the dawn, and stretch, leaves open wide, sunflower faces beaming in your midday glory. Then take our rest as twilight floods the sky and moon bobs silently, a ghostly coracle afloat an infinite inky sea. May we fall back in pace with the endless journey through darkness to light and back again, ever sure of your presence, ever safe in your love, ever held like the unborn in their warm womb world. Amen.
Now our closing thought. From Psalm 139, we hear the words of verse 12. Even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day, for darkness is as light to you. Sometimes we lose sight of God, but God never loses sight of us. We might be ignorant or lose the way, but in God we are never lost. Morning opens wide before us like a door into the light.
Just beyond the day lies waiting, ready to throw off the night.
And we stand upon its threshold, poised to turn and take its flight.
Now the earth in all its glory springs to meet the rising sun.
Warms to all who walk upon it, cradling all that will be done.
All our labour, all our loving, mingle and become as one.
We receive God's graceful moment, while the day is fresh and still.
Ours to choose how we will greet it, ours to make it what we will.
Here is given perfect freedom, every hope in love fulfill.
As we take that first step together, passing through the door of the day,
may the love of Christ the Creator give us peace in all that we say.
heart for all that lies before us, grace to guide us on the way.
Amen.
Amen.